Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Amista, and I'm just stopping by to see what I can do about getting to know some more people, catching up with some people that I've talked to before, and just having some fun while I'm here online. We are going to do some tarot card reading and just chit chat about whatever comes up. We'll see what comes up. I am going to start this video with a reading for best manifestation advice. So think about what is it that you would like to manifest. Even if you've come across this video later, then you can still have an input of your energy into this if you think about what you would like to manifest as I shuffle these cards. And so we'll look at what is our best manifestation advice over the next 24 hours. Okay, so we have the Chariot, which talks about moving forward and moving forward as a part of a team, with teamwork going on, at least one other person besides yourself moving forward together, having the same goals, the same ideas. Sometimes this talks about a strong marriage or a strong partnership, but it can be about somebody in business moving forward towards the same goals just as easily. And then we have the Six of Swords showing up next. This just says, move forward, move away from the drama and the chaos, find some calm, find some peacefulness, find that organization that helps you to move forward successfully. And the Knight of Cups in reverse says, don't forget to take care of yourself along the way, that even if you want to move forward successfully, push 24/7 does not get us there. We also have to take care of ourselves along the way, because if we lose our health, then all that pushing that we did doesn't matter, because we can't capitalize on the opportunities that come out of that. So make sure we take time to take care of ourselves as well. Cheryl Ford, hello, Layla. Hello, welcome. I am fantastic, thank you. I had a little testing done on my breathing earlier, and they tested me pre-medicine and post-medicine. And I'm still feeling really good from that medicine. Not as in high, but like energetic and clear-minded and all of that good stuff. So I'm doing really good. How are you guys doing? Debbie Hancock, I haven't seen you in a little while. I'm glad to see you back in the room. Yay! All right, so we have 3 in the room. Oh, okay. YouTube's saying we have 4 in the room. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 8, and I'm putting a circle around it right now. Whoever picks that number first and puts it in the chat in front of my face first will be the first person I read for. What a lovely day. Oh, I love your name. Hello. Number between 1 and 8. Let's see. 7 is not it. 5 is it. Cheryl Ford takes it away again. Cheryl has a winning streak, man. Okay, so Cheryl Ford, do you want a message from Spirit, or do you have a question for me today? So, what a lovely day. Let's talk a little bit, okay? I don't do messages from guides. I don't really use the middleman. I talk to Sacred Spirit, and Sacred Spirit is what church people would call Holy Spirit. Other people would call Source or the Divine or whatever label you want to hang on that, all right? So for me, guides are kind of the middleman, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with them, but that's just not who I work with. All right, so you have to know that going in with me. Okay, so let's see. What does Cheryl want? A message. Okay. All right, so let's see here. Cheryl Ford. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. See if you get a piggyback off of this. For those of you who don't know, a piggyback message is whenever I'm reading for somebody and you find that that message is resonating for you, well, then that's your piggyback message. You're getting a message that's piggybacked on that other person's, and so don't throw that away or make good, make sure that you make good use of it. If it's not resonating for you, then don't try to scratch it out, scrunch it up, run over it, throw it in the dryer to make it fit. Just let whoever needs to hear it, and then see if the next one is a better fit for you. All right, so Miss Cheryl, what do we have? We have this idea of some kind of disappointment showing up here, okay? And that is covered by my Four of Cups. So we've got the Five of Cups covered by the Four of Cups. So this means this really all could have been said in that Four of Cups reversed. Honestly, this is like the long way of saying there's been some kind of disappointment. Spirit's definitely acknowledging that. However, we see that you're not wanting that disappointment to slow you down, or you're not letting that disappointment slow you down. I'm not sure where this is in time, past, present, or future. You'll recognize it before I will. But this says that, yes, there's been a disappointment. However, I'm not letting it slow me down or hold me back. There's also opportunities coming up that I wouldn't have paid attention to if this disappointment hadn't happened. So I am moving forward on some of those opportunities, or at least one of them. Let's say that. Okay. Nomad, welcome back. All right. So, best advice or heads up for you, Miss Cheryl. We have the World card showing up here. Everybody, if you don't mind, put a thumbs up on the video and share it out to the world if you would. Second card we have is the Seven of Pentacles coming up in reverse. And we also have the Two of Pentacles in reverse as well. So, best advice or heads up here for you, Miss Cheryl. This talks about the idea of bringing something to a completion, bringing it to a close. And this is a nice official close. It's one that is, it's not one where you have to go to court to create this. And you don't have to have a tower situation where there's a massive explosion to create it. It's wrapping up loose ends and bringing something to an official close. All right. So maybe whatever this is that disappointed you, maybe it's time to bring that to a close. And then the next card is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Seven of Pentacles in reverse basically says that the payoff for bringing this thing into a close may take a little while, but it will be there. Thank you for that thumbs up. I appreciate that. And then the last card, the Two of Pentacles showing up in reverse, basically says that it's time to let something go. Quit juggling. Right now, you've got so many things on your plate. It's time to let some of this stuff go. Like scrape off the yucky mashed potatoes that the next door neighbor made that didn't know how to cook, and let the dog eat that, so you can handle all the other stuff on your plate. So take something off of your plate so that you can handle it. And I would say, if we're bringing something to a close, this is Spirit just repeating, like, okay, wrap that up so you can get it off of your plate. There is going to be a slow payoff for that, which tells me it might take a while to actually wrap this up. And the payoff actually comes in your ability to focus on the next new thing that you really want. And also, there's a little bit of a kind of feeling that comes in on that too. So relief at being able to close the door on that thing and know that it's taken care of. Exactly. Sometimes closure leads to new beginnings. Sometimes it just leads to relaxation if we bit off more than we could chew with all the stuff we're doing. Either way, closure is a good thing in most cases. You're quite welcome, my dear. Glad you're here. Okay, so we've got 5 in the room. Oh, thank you for all those thumbs ups. You guys are great. All right, so number between 1 and 10. I'm writing it down and circling it right now. Whoever puts that in the chat first will be the next person I read for. Guys, please be aware I do offer 1 question and 2 question readings on my website. Those are recorded and sent to you. They're $30 and $53. And I also have live readings where we meet like this on camera, except it's just you and me. Those are 30 minutes for $100, 45 for $150, and 1 hour for $200. So 8 is not it, 4 is not it, 5 is not it. Debbie Hancock with that 7. You are the winner of the next reading, my friend. Debbie Hancock. So, Ms. Debbie, do you have a question for me today, honey bunny, or do you want a message from Spirit? Debbie Hancock, message from Spirit, she says. Okay. All right. I forgot about the new squeak in my chair. I did not WD-40 it yet. Debbie Hancock, what would you like to say to Miss Debbie Hancock? Everybody else, be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Let's see what shows up. Okay, so we have on the table, we have a Hermit in reverse for our first card, covered by, here's that Hermit in reverse, and he's covered by a 5 of Swords. Well, look at that. Look at that. So, Debbie, Hermit in reverse. Now remember, this is past, present, or future, but I'm going to talk about it as if it's present because the cards are in front of me right now. All right. With the Hermit in reverse, we have a situation where in the past you took some time to really sort some things out and think about what makes you tick, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what makes you trigger. Maybe even if you were ambitious, maybe even you deactivated a trigger. That doesn't always happen with a Hermit card, but sometimes. Now, Hermit in reverse, which is how this shows up, says that now that you've had that time to sort of reorganize and set new priorities for yourself, now we see you coming back out and interacting with the world, but interacting with the world based on the new priorities that you've set for yourself. Okay? Now, Jen Davies, hello, hello. All right, covered by that Five of Swords. Five of Swords is a really interesting card because it talks about this idea that there's some kind of fight, argument, or debate that happened. I think this fight, argument, or debate is what made you decide, whoops, wrong card, what made you decide to kind of go into seclusion, to pull away from people, to sort things out and think about what do you really think about things? Okay? We know what somebody else thinks. They've made it abundantly clear. But what do we really think about things? All right. So that's what I see you doing. Is taking that time to really solidify and clarify for yourself without other people yammering in your ear, antagonistically or otherwise. Okay. Now, best advice or heads up around this shows up as the Five of Cups in reverse. We like it in reverse. Nobody get tripped out about reversals on my channel, okay? We have another five. We have the Five of Wands. And we have the Justice card showing up in reverse, okay? So, Five of Cups coming up in reverse talks about that there's been some kind of disappointment or letdown, but it's in reverse. This means that whatever this disappointment or letdown was, maybe even an insult or injury, you've let it go. You're not holding grudges, okay? Maybe you've forgiven somebody. Maybe you're just letting it go. You know, maybe they didn't ask for forgiveness. Whatever. You're just not carrying this burden around of holding on to that hurt or injury. And thank goodness, because those burdens really weigh us down if we carry them around. So it could be that whoever you had this argument or debate with really said something to you that was just, oh, stab me in the heart type of thing. And you're letting go of any hurt that comes out of that. Maybe you've even, as you took your hermit time, recognized where they're coming from. Maybe it's not where you're coming from, but you're understanding where they're coming from. So you're letting go of that hurt. Okay, that's the bottom line. Look at this. You've actually got 3 5s in this spread out of a 5-card spread. So that's really telling me that this is a pivotal time for you. It's a pivotal time of change, actually. Now, with the 5 unicorn and rainbows, hello, welcome. With the 5 of wands coming up here, this says that you're doing some creative thought, okay? 5 of wands is I'm doing some brainstorming. I'm figuring out, you know, what can I do differently that's going to work out better? Sometimes you're even involving other people in this brainstorming or this creativity and finding a better solution. But definitely you're relying heavily on your creativity to come out of this situation. And the Justice card showing up in reverse tells me that there may be a situation where you decide, you know what, I need to actually come out of some kind of contract or agreement. Sometimes this thing is a divorce. Doesn't have to be in your particular case, but sometimes it is actually a divorce. It's the undoing of the marriage that was at the start of things. Sometimes it's just coming out of some kind of legal agreement. So this could be coming out of a lease agreement or anything like that, coming out of a, yeah, any kind of agreement, any kind of legal agreement. And it doesn't even have to be legal as in there are documents and notaries involved. This can be something that is just an official agreement, even word of mouth, but it's still, it would be something that carries some weight, at least in your mind, if not legally. Okay. So this could end up to you deciding through this creativity after you've forgiven somebody or recognize at least where they're coming from, you could be deciding, you know what? We're just not on the same page. It's time to unhitch ourselves from each other, whether this is a business partner or whatever, to unhitch ourselves from each other so that we can go in the direction that we want to go. All right. So I hope that makes sense for you. Who was that? That was Debbie. I hope that makes sense for you, Debbie. Rhoda. Hello, hello. Welcome. Glad you're here. Unicorn and rainbows, you are fixing to see how the readings around here work. Definitely. Oh, well, I'm glad that you already have it in progress. So if this is something that you're already doing, a lot of times this is spirit. Like, I've seen it where we've looked at the past and spirit has given people a new perspective on things or a fresh perspective on things. And sometimes it's spirit just patting you on the back, like, yes, you're okay. Because a lot of times people are second guessing something that they've done in the past. And then spirit will bring that up to say, hey, you're on the right track. Don't stress, you know? So I've seen it come up both ways. Devin TV, hello, hello. Welcome. All right, so we have 5 in the room. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 10. I'm writing it down and circling it right now. Whoever puts that number in the chat first will be the next person I read for. A number between 1 and 10. 8 is not it. Yep, absolutely no, man. 4 is not it. 2 is not it. 7 is not it. Unicorn and rainbows. You got it with that 3. Thank you for the new subscription. Was that your unicorn? Somebody said new subscription, so thank you. Anybody who wants to be able to participate in live streams like this, go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification button so you know when I'm coming on too. Lately, I've been doing a lot of lives. I will get back to uploading videos again at some point. I don't know when. But for right now, mostly you're going to be getting notified about live streams. Unicorn and rainbows. Thank you for that new subscribe. All right, honey bunny. So tell me, do you have a I will answer either a specific question, and I underline the word specific for you today, or I'll give you a message from Sacred Spirit, which is just, I leave that up to Sacred Spirit, what they're talking about, whatever they want to talk about to you. And it can be past, present, or future. They get to choose that too. If we were playing poker, this would be Spirit's call. Or if you have a question, then just put that specific question in the chat. Some people like to put love or career in the chat. I am going to make you narrow that down if you try to do that. Just a heads up. I don't want to have a topic I could spend 3 hours on. We want to have a very specific question. Spirit takes the lead. All right. Sounds like we're at the races, doesn't it? All right, so let's see. Oh no, you're not the one that won it. Let me see what unicorn says. Will I have my desired outcome with the person on my mind? Give me the person's, well, actually 2 things. I would like to know your first name, not your last name. We don't need that. And the person's first name, because I do like to have first names when I connect. Boop-a-doo-doo-doo. Boop-a-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. While unicorn's typing, I'm just going to remind everybody I am available for either 1 or 2 question readings. Those are recorded and then sent out to you on audio, or 30-minute, 45-minute, or 60-minute live readings. Those are down here online or on the phone if that's better for you, just depending whatever you want. And those are 30 minutes for $100, 45 for $150, or 60 for $200. Boop-a-doo-doo, boop-boo. Woohoo! 7 people in the room and 6 thumbs ups. I'm loving it. Also, guys, remember to share this video out so the most people possible can benefit from it. Okay, we can do that, unicorn. Unicorn and rainbows. All right, so here's what you guys need to know. Whatever comes up is for your highest and best good. That's my prayer to Sacred Spirit whenever I do readings. Sometimes it doesn't really look so good or feel so good, but I have to trust Sacred Spirit that there's a reason why we need to know that. So that's what happens here. I don't do candy coding at all, as some of you have already seen. I feel like if I don't tell you the truth about what I see, then I'm not helping you. And why am I? That's just a waste of my time if I'm not helping you. All right, let's see here. I still don't have your name. Boop a doo doo, unicorn and rainbows. This is interesting, unicorn and rainbows, because I have somebody in your sphere of influence actually showing up here. And generally, that doesn't happen, except for if what that person's behavior or that person's state of being influences your life. Okay, so like say if you're taking care of your dad and you're living in the same home with him, that would be kind of normal for him to show up. This is not going to be a cousin that lives 20 states away or whatever. So can't even be somebody in the workplace, but it's somebody who has an influence on your life. So, who you have showing up is a King of Pentacles. A King of Pentacles is somebody who is romantically attracted to females. This person can be a man or it can be a woman, but they would be romantically attracted to females. Now, with my King of Pentacles showing up here, this is talking about somebody who is secure, who is stable. They have enough that they're comfortable. They have enough that they like to help other people figure out how they can have enough for themselves. They're willing to share some information. They're also always kind of putting together a new strategy, how to add to what they have. A lot of times they just enjoy it. It's cool for them. Now, what we have this crossed with is the Knight of Swords. So this is telling me that this is about a conversation that you're having with a person like this. And it may be about security and stability. That's pretty much always on this person's mind. But either way, this is somebody who's fairly comfortable, who's an influence in your life, who you have had or will be having a conversation with. Okay? So that's where we're starting. Now, best advice or heads up around this situation, we have the Ace of Swords starting us off, followed by the Five of Swords in reverse. This is another reversal that we really like. And the Ten of Swords. So this is really interesting because this person who is my King of Pentacles, he may be pretty intellectual, or he could be a know-it-all too, but he likes being able to share information and share knowledge. All right, that's something that he really enjoys. With the Knight coming in, the Knight of Swords is a little bit younger than a king. So that tells me that this king could be sharing some knowledge or information, and they might be um, a little immature maybe in their thinking about things. So they might have some ideas about things that are just kind of not right, and you understand that they're not right, even though they don't necessarily. Anna Alt, hello, hello. Oh my goodness. Are you who I think you are? That's related to my brother? Let's see. So, with this Ace of Swords showing up here, this tells me that this conversation that you're having with this King of Pentacles really brings an epiphany to you. An epiphany for me, when we have an Ace of Swords, is an epiphany of an understanding. This is where you're understanding things at a level that you did not. So, when you have this conversation with them, they may be actually teaching you something either on purpose or inadvertently, either one. Okay, but the conversation is bringing you to a point where you understand something way better than you did before, and it's something that you probably were looking for some information on. But the thing about the Ace of Swords is not only are you understanding something that helps you in the specific situation you were looking for information for, it's kind of a universal type truth, and so it makes a lot of puzzle pieces fit together in different places of your life. All right. Now, what are you understanding about? Well, you're understanding about the idea of how to make peace with this person or how to keep things peaceful with this person. My Five of Swords is the peacemaker. Okay, Five of Swords, when it's right side up, this is fights, arguments, debates. When it's in reverse, this is somebody that is keeping the peace. They're interrupting the flow of somebody fighting and arguing, whether that is you and another person, or whether you're being put in the middle to create peace, which you might be doing that for this King of Pentacles, but I think it's more likely that this is creating peace between yourself and this King of Pentacles personality. So you have this new understanding about how to keep peace between the two of you, or create peace between the two of you, at least to end an argument or debate. And then we have this Ten of Swords. This Ten of Swords basically says that this allows you to put something to bed that has been a long-term source of tension or debate. So this understanding about how to bring peace actually allows you to bring some kind of debate or argument and put it to bed, put the covers up, shut the lights out, shut the door, and leave the room. Okay? Hope that makes sense for you, honey bunny. It depends on the situation. For some people, keeping the peace is kind of a codependent type of reaction. For other people, it actually is something that works out well, works out to their own benefit. You're quite welcome. Unicorn and rainbows would know in that case if that's good or not. To me, the end of a long-term source of tension or debate, that's a good thing. So I would say in this case, that's good if I had to just judge it from the outside looking in based on the cards. All right, let's see. How many people are in the room? We've got 7 in the room. Only 6 thumbs ups. What's up with that? All right, so 7 in the room. I'm picking a number between 1 and 14. I'm putting a circle around it right now. Whoever puts that number in the chat first is going to be the next person I read for. Number between 1 and 14. 5 is not it. 11. Nomad, look at you. Nomad takes it away. Nomad, remind me, what is your first name again, please? And Nomad, do you want a message from Spirit, or do you have a specific question for me? Hello there, Jackie. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you in the room. Anna, I'm so excited that you got to make it. It's Desiree and a message. Okay. Desiree. Such a beautiful name. Aww. Desiree. Okay, everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Those of you who don't know what piggyback messages are, that just means that while I'm reading for Desiree right now, if you notice that the message starts to resonate for you, then you want to pay good attention to it and make good use of it in your life. However, if the message does not resonate for you, please don't run over it, shrink it up, put it in the dryer, try to stretch it out, or anything else to try to make it fit. Just sit back, put your feet up on the coffee table, and let whoever needs to hear it, and see if the next one fits better for you. All righty. Boop-a-doo-doo. You're quite welcome, Nomad. Desiree. Oh, you got 2 3s in your situation. 3s are all about creativity. Creativity and finding balance. 2s can work really well together, or they can be like, So 3s are like taking the 2, and like 3 is like that point in the seesaw where you can get balance back and forth between the 2 people. So the 3 would be right here, that pivot point. So we like this. This has to do with finding balance. Okay, so Desiree, you are a life path 33. That means you're a life path 6, which means you're very domestic. What does the 33 add to that, though? All right, so that would be super creative domestic. All right, so let's see here. Desiree, 3 of Cups is what we have showing up first, all right? So 3 of Cups to me talks about friendship, support network, things like that. All right, now it's covered by the 3 of Swords. So this talks about the idea that there's some kind of sadness having to do with a friend of yours, or maybe even a friend group of yours. It may be like, uh, gosh, I hate to say it, but one of the ways that this could manifest would be like if somebody in your friend group had passed away or something like that, then that would have the whole friend group kind of grieving. It does not have to be anything near that dramatic, but there is something going on with a friend that has them feeling some heartache or some heartbreak. All right. And I don't feel like it's yours because we've got those friends there right off the bat. So this is telling me it's somebody in your friend group. All right. So next thing that we have is your advice or your heads up, which is an Ace of Wands coming up in reverse. Oh, that's right, because you don't reduce down a 33. You don't reduce down a double digit. Not a double digit, you know what I mean. A repeating digit. You're right. I don't know what master, I know it's a master number. I don't know what it says about your life though. Your life path. Now I'm curious. All right, so let me get back to this. Ace of Wands coming up in reverse. Eight of Swords following. Knight of Pentacles following that. Okay, so this is interesting. We have an Ace of Wands in reverse, which says, man, I'm not feeling very inspired about this whole situation. This situation has me dragged down. I'm not feeling very much energy. So whatever it is that's causing heartache or heartbreak for your friend is either also causing you to be really dragged down on your energy, or talking to your friend about it, trying to be that support person to hold space for them, is really dragging you down on your energy. One or the other. Ace of Wands is, man, I don't have a whole lot of energy here. I don't have a whole lot of inspiration. I would like to just lay in bed and not answer the phone at all. Okay. Now, Eight of Swords. Is your friend alive or deceased person? Whoever this is that's heartbroken, this is going to be alive. Okay. Eight of Swords talks about the idea of thinking in circles and feeling trapped. You know, every time you think you found a resolution about whatever this is you're thinking in circles about, then you think, oh, but wait, I didn't consider this factor. So you're throwing another factor in there. See how those swords are stacking up around her? She's thinking in circles. All right. Now, here's the thing about this card, though. This card always says that whatever's going on, it's because you're limiting yourself through your own perspective or your own thinking. Because if you take a good look at this card, look at all these swords around her. And look at the wrap around her. Doesn't really look that tight. I don't see a knot. And even if I did see a knot, like all these swords close to her, all she has to do is rub one layer of that wrap against one of the blades of one of these swords, and that wrap is turned loose. She can undo her eyes and she can see her path, because there's definitely a path away from the swords. So this really talks about this idea of, you know, this is us spinning in our heads. It's because of this perspective. We've limited ourselves. Nobody else has limited us. Okay. And so you're feeling like, oh, I have to stay in this path. I have to keep helping her. But at the same time, it's really dragging you down to where you need help now. All right. Last card that came up was our Knight of Pentacles in reverse. My Knight is talking about taking action. Any Knight talks about taking action, but he's in reverse. And the Knight of Pentacles talks about putting in energy or effort into something. But when he's in reverse, this says, I am not putting any more energy or effort into this. So basically what you've got is this Spirit wants you to have this awareness that in you holding space for this person to the degree that you have done is actually taking its toll on you. And now it's time for you to say, look, you've got to talk to somebody else for a little while about this. I've got to focus on other things. Otherwise, I'm going to go right down with you. All right. I hope that makes sense for you. And now it was for Desiree. All right. Yay, thank you for that feedback. And you guys know, if I can do 5 cards in the middle of a crowd like this, that if you get a live reading with me, that's gonna be even better. Alicia, hello, hello. Glad to see you here, my friend. Aw, thank you, Cheryl. You have a fantastic day yourself, my friend. Thank you for being here and hanging out with me. Okay, let's see here. Everybody, if you have not already, please put a thumbs up. Share this out to the world. If this is your first time here, you want to make sure you don't miss the next time, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. All right, guys, we have 10 in the room. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 20. And I've got it circled right now. Whoever puts that in the chat first is going to be the next person I read for. Number between 1 and 20. Dee Dee, welcome, welcome. Now you don't have to binge watch. You're here for real. All right, 18 is not it. 6 is not it. 2 is not it. 20 is not it. 8 is not it. 17 is not it. 9 is not it. 15 is not it. 2 is not it. 16 is not it. 17 is not it. 19, Jennifer Davis hits the jackpot. All right, Jennifer Davis, do you want a message from me or do you have a specific question today? Gracie, Gracie, glad you could make it, my friend. All right, Ms. Jennifer wants a message. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Let's see what happens. Ooh, thank you for all those cornucopias of, what is that, confetti? All right, let's see here. Jen Davies. First 2 cards is going to talk about your situation. Past, present, or future. I don't pick the topic or the time frame. I leave that up to Sacred Spirit. Next 3 cards, are going to be your best advice or heads up around that situation. Wow. Okay. I haven't even looked at the situation. I'm looking at the heads up going, wow. All right. Okay, Jen, your situation is funny as can be. You've got the death card coming up in reverse. This just means somebody is not making a change that if they would make it, it would improve their lives, but they are refusing. All right. What do they do that they need to change? And I don't think this is you, by the way. The Knight of Swords coming up in reverse. And the reason I don't think it's you is because of the advice. That's how I can tell here. The Knight of Swords in reverse basically says this person runs off at the mouth before they think things through. All right, so you've got the death card. They're not changing that. They're going to keep running off at the mouth before they think things through. That's not going to change. So they probably go around offending and insulting people all the time. Oh my God, you guys, thank you so much for the reactions. I appreciate that. So, best advice or heads up around this, make some preparations. Oh, I've got 10 thumbs ups. Thank you, guys. Make some preparations. What are you preparing for, Miss Jen? You're preparing to walk away from something that leaves you depleted or exhausted. And what are you preparing to walk towards? You're preparing to spend some time alone to sort things out and figure out what makes you tick, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what do you need out of this situation or a situation like it? What are you willing to put into this situation or a situation like it? Maybe even deactivate some triggers if you're feeling ambitious. But the advice here with this person that's running off at the mouth for no apparent reason because it's not making any sense is get ready to head for the hills by yourself to think things over. Okay? Hope that makes sense for you. Spirit has a great sense of humor too. All right, so you're quite welcome. That vacation can't come soon enough, can it? All right, so let's see how many. We've got 9 people in the room. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 18. I'm writing it down and circling it right now. Whoever puts that number in front of my face first will be the next person to get a reading. Number between 1 and 18. 17 is not it. 13 is not it. 14 is not it. 3 is not it. 11 is not it. 5 is not it. Boo-ba-doo. 1 is not it. 18 is not it. 7 is not it. 15, Alicia. Alicia, do you have a specific question for me today, honey bunny? Or do you want a message from Spirit? I feel like I forgot to put mascara on. Looks like I did. Message from Spirit. Okay. Everybody else, look out for a piggyback. Don't forget, if you have not subscribed and hit that notification bell, you want to do that. This is a small channel, but it's growing. Growing, growing, growing. All right, Alicia. Okay, let's look at what you have, my friend. You've got 2 tons out of the 5. New beginnings there. All right, so Alicia, you have the 10 of Cups showing up here. This is my happiness, satisfaction, fulfillment, all of that stuff. You have reached a target or a goal that you've been looking for, that you felt like would offer you all these things. And so you are feeling these things. You've got the Wheel of Fortune showing up here as covering this. So this is telling me that you have actually reached this place of happiness and satisfaction because you've done the behind the scenes work to sort of get ready for it. And so now that can sort of fall into place a little bit more easily because you're ready to receive that happiness. You're not walking around staring at the ground being all pessimistic. Okay, so let's look at your best advice or head up, Ms. Alicia. What we see here is the Hanged Man. Hanged Man talks about taking some time to think things over from all kinds of different perspectives, as many different perspectives as you can think of. That's why he's hanging upside down, so he can look at things differently to figure out what he wants to do next. Where do we go from here? 5, hello there, Sherry. All right, so 5 of Wands coming up in reverse just basically says, stay focused on your target. If we were playing softball like we did when I was a kid, focus on the ball. Focus on the ball. Don't think about anything but the ball. This 5 of Wands says there's plenty of things around you distracting you. Stay focused on doing your own thing. What are you focusing on here? It looks to me like you've come up a notch in happiness, and now you're ready to like take it to the next level, okay? Because that's what humans do. We reach one accomplishment, and the next thing you know, we're going to be bored sitting around doing nothing. Now we have to work towards the next accomplishment. And that's exactly what we see you doing here with this 9 of Cups in reverse as our ending card. Basically says, I'm working on creating more happiness, more satisfaction in my life. So basically, now that you've reached this first goal and you've got some things coming in that are making you happy because you've prepared for that, now it's time to look at things from all kinds of different angles. Keep yourself from getting distracted by other people and what makes them happy and what they think should make you happy. And focus on up-leveling that happiness and satisfaction once again. All right, so the game is not over. You've just leveled up. All right, so that was for Alicia. Okay, Sherry Ibarro. It's been a while since I've seen you. I'm glad you made it in. Maria, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you, my friend. All right, guys, we have 10 in the room, and I have 10 thumbs up, so that makes me happy. Thank you all. Okay, so 10 people in the room. I'm picking a number between 1 and 20. Got it written down and circled. Whoever puts that in the chat in front of my face first will be the next person I read for today. Number between 1 and 20. You're quite welcome, Miss Alicia. Did anybody get a piggyback off of Alicia's, by the way? 6 is not it. 16 is not it. 0 is not it. Aw, thank you, Maria. I appreciate that. Yay. Oh, we're up to 12 likes. Woohoo. 10 is not it. 12 is not it. 3 is not it. 13 is not it. 7 is not it. 13 is not it. I do like that number though. 3 is not it. 12 is not it. 11 is not it. 7 is not it. 16 is not it. 8 is not it. My gosh, did I skip it? Did you guys call it and I skipped it? Certainly not. I'm trying to actually act like this is a touch screen and it is not. I'm not going with negative numbers. I'm not that tricky. Okay, I don't see this number in chat yet. 16 is not it. 8 is not it. No negative numbers are it. 20 is not it. 7 is not it. 1 is not it. 20 is still not it. 6 is not it. 22 is not it. 19 is not it. 17. Unicorn and rainbows. Desiree, you got that. But I've already read for you. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull you one card as kind of a follow-up. So this is going to be a card of the day, Ms. Desiree. And this is going to be talking about something that either happened within the last 24 hours or will happen within the next 24 hours. For Desiree. Okay. Here we go. All right, so you got the Magician, my dear. We like this. This says that you're doing what you need to do to manifest what you want to manifest in your life. And this is a very active doing card. You're doing that. So say that you wake up and you think, man, I am craving a vanilla cake today with, I don't know, buttercream frosting. This is you putting everything together to make that cake and enjoy it, okay? It's not going to the store to do it. It's putting it all together. You're the one doing the work here. You're doing the work to manifest what you want. Thank you for the reactions, guys. I appreciate that. All right, so let's see. We have 9 here, number between 1 and 18. I'm writing it down and circling it right now. Whoever puts that number in the chat next will be the next person I read for. Number between 1 and 18. 7 is not it. 2 is not it. 16, Sherry Ibarbo. Sherry, do you have a specific question for me today? Or do you want a message from Spirit? And then after you answer that question, tell me where you're watching me from, please. South Carolina. Woohoo! Well, welcome to South Carolina. We like it. Well, you never know. You might be getting a piggyback, Miss Maria. All right, everybody else be looking out for those piggyback readings. I'm going to pull a message from Spirit for Sherry. Let's see what you got. This feels like a holiday. I love having so many people in the room. I get to do so many readings. We have so much fun. Okay, so Sherry, Kelly, Macon, hello, hello. Well, you'll see how things work here in a few minutes, and we'll see. I kind of let Spirit help me pick who I read for. Let's see. So Sherry, you're starting off with the Emperor showing up in reverse. Oh, sorry. 7 of Swords. All right, Emperor in reverse is somebody who has strong narcissistic tendencies. This is somebody who is kind of corrupt. They don't shoot from the hip. They will say or do whatever they need to say or do to get you to do whatever it is that they want you to do, whether it is by hook or by crook. Does not really matter, okay? So they're not above emotional manipulation. They're not above just complete out lying. They are not above trying to butter you up and flatter you, whatever. And they're also not above having fits like a little 4-year-old when things aren't going their way. So whatever they can do to motivate you to do what they want you to do, that's who's showing up in your sphere of influence. Okay, Sherry? Now, why are you saying wow? I really want, I'm not even going to keep talking because I want you to concentrate and tell me why you're saying wow. We've only got one card and she's saying wow. Wait till you see the other four. I gotta hear this. Inquiring minds have to know why this is a wow. There are a few around you. Well, we're gonna have some real fun then. All right, so your next card is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords talks about sneaking away from a situation that we really don't want to be in. And this is getting out of that situation on the down low. This is not being dramatic about it. This is not like going to a party and it's time to go home and you're going around and you're saying goodbye to everybody. This is like going to a party because you have to, because you know you're going to hear about it if you don't from somebody in your family or somebody at work or whatever. Staying there the 20 minutes so you can make that cameo appearance where everybody can say, oh, yeah, I did see that person. And then kind of sneaking out the side door. We're not saying goodbye. We're just like silently disappearing. No drama, please. Nay, nay, just get me out of here. So, when we've got that combined with our narcissistic personality, this talks about the idea of you just getting away from the narcissistic personality with no drama, out the side door, hoping not too many people, especially the narcissist, has even noticed that you've left. Now, I will tell you from my experience with narcissists, they don't let you get away with no drama very often. So this is kind of a feat, maybe even a miracle if this even happens. Okay. So let's move forward. Best advice or heads up. Look at this. Big surprise. Queen of Swords in reverse, followed by Temperance in reverse, followed by the Four of Wands. Okay, so are your narcissists in the family, Sherry? Heck yeah, I imagine you need more than a glass of wine dealing with this. Okay, so Queen of Swords showing up in reverse basically says we're cutting off communication. Uh-huh. Not surprised. I'll tell you why in a minute. So we're cutting off communication. When the Queen of Swords comes up in reverse, this is a hard cutoff, guys. This is not like, oh, I'm just going to talk to you in a couple of days. This is, I am not taking messages from you. Do not message me on Messenger for Facebook. Do not message me through Instagram. Do not message me through Hangouts. Do not message me through whatever. And you're not even telling them, you're just blocking. Block, 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 block. And if this person tries to get a message to you through another family member or through a friend or an acquaintance, guess what? You're not even going to hear it. You're going to say, I just don't even want to hear the message. Thank you for being kind enough to this person to care to deliver it, but I do not care to hear it. And I am perfectly fine if you tell that person that. Okay, so this is a hard block. Now, Temperance in reverse tells me why you're making this hard block. Because things are not balanced. These relationships are not balanced. These relationships take much more from you than what they give. And you're feeling sapped. Like all of that water that's at the top of the card, I always, when I get a reversal, I see how is gravity affecting this card? All of that water is basically coming like a waterfall down from the top of the card to the ground. No, that's unhappiness. That's unhappiness. Sometimes that's even tears. These people are taking it out of you, man. Thank you for letting me know, Alicia. I appreciate that. Cold turkey style. Exactly, Nomad. Now, all right, Maria, thank you for being here, honey. All right, and thank you for the thumbs up. Here's how I know that this is family. This is my Homer family card. This tells me that basically your whole family is out of balance. So here's your narcissistic person, okay, who is toxifying, bringing everything out of balance for the whole family. This person may be narcissistic and they may have basically taught, through example, everybody in the family to treat you terrible, out of balance. This basically, when you're thinking about how can I get away from this situation in a way that's not dramatic and not doesn't cause a big scene and cause a lot of harm, this is spirit saying cut off those people that are not in balance, those people that treat you badly, even the ones in your family. So if you have been questioning and wondering about it, this is spirit saying, I'm not going to hold it against you. Culture and society has very, very strange ideas about family. Culture and society tells us if family is abusing you, well, that's family. Suck it up, buttercup. The reality is we were not designed to be abused. Creator didn't make us to be abused. And Creator certainly doesn't hold it against us if we get ourselves out of abusive situations. So if you were wondering, now you know. All right, so that was 5 cards. Can you imagine a half-hour reading with me, guys? If we can go that deep on 5 cards. Right? I'm sure that that is helping you. That might be your only lifeline right now, even. And I can really relate because my family is much better than they used to be. We won't say they're great yet. They're much better than they used to be. But I used to be severely jacked. I was the scapegoat all of my life, even when I was a kid. I ended up having to move over 800 miles away to get around some people that would have a good opinion of me and of my judgments. Not that I was terrible at making judgments, but because of how people have been taught to perceive me. And if I had stayed around that and let myself soak in that energy, I would probably be living under a bridge right now. So I can totally relate with where you are. It's rough. And sometimes dramatic situations call for dramatic actions. All right, let's read for one more person. We've got 7 in the room, number between 1 and 14. And I'm circling it right now. Number between 1 and 14. 5 is not it. 1 is not it. 8 is not it. 2 is not it. 13 is not it. 12 is not it. 4 is not it. 9 is not it. 8 is not it. 1 is not it. 7 is not it. 6 is not it. 7 is not it. 5 is not it. 10. Alicia. Alicia, I just read for you, so you're going to get 1 card. And then we'll do it again, because I do want to read like a 5-card reading for somebody before I go today. Alicia. All right, so card of the day. This is going to be something that has happened within the last 24 hours or will happen within the next 24 hours. And now I'm double checking myself. Did I read for you, or was I just happy to see you come in the room? No, I did read for you. Okay. All right, so here's a card of the day for Alicia. Same thing, you guys. Look out for a piggyback message if it resonates. Awesome. If it does not, sit back and see if the next one is better for you. Alicia. Ooh, look at you. Now, my key word with this card when it comes up in reverse is relax. When it comes up like this is stress. This is more stress than we know how to handle. It can be interfering with our sleep. It's definitely playing a toll on our body, okay? Can even be leading to depression, all kinds of stuff. Stress can do some crazy stuff to us. When we've got the 9 of Swords showing up, this is just saying that something's going on in your life that has been really stressing you out, and you're either doing some kind of spiritual or emotional work, or the situation itself is actually changing so that that is no longer stressing you out and you're able to relax about this situation. All right, so that's for Alicia. We've got 2 in the room, so I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 4. Whoever chooses that number is going to be the next person I read for. Number 1, between 1 and 4. You're quite welcome, Miss Alicia. Is it 2? No, it is not. 3, Sherry. Pretty sure I read for you already, so you're going to get 1 card, Sherry. And we're going to go again because I still haven't done another 5-card reading, so. Sherry, Sherry. There's a couple people in here that haven't had a 5-card reading. Okay. Sherry, something that has happened within the last 24 hours or will happen within the next 24 hours. Sherry, we have the Tower showing up here. This is telling me that there's something coming up that is a major shakeup. It's a big change. Some people are afraid of the Tower card. I have 4 planets in Scorpio. I'm not really afraid of the Tower card. It just talks about change. And it's change that is for the better. So sometimes we even create this shakeup in our own lives intentionally because we know we want something better. So we get rid of something that's not working. If you're not creating this change intentionally, please know that this is spirit kind of kicking you out of this tower where you felt safe, but you had maxed out on your growth and expansion because they want you to find another place where you can still feel safe, but also have the room to grow and expand. And you will. Spirit doesn't kick you out unless there's a potential and an opportunity for you to find that next place. So in the end, it will be a long-term good. All right, so let's see. Rocking the boat. Yep. In a moment. I choose a number, then you guys see if you can match what I choose. We've got 6 in the room. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 12. Okay, I've written it down and got it circled. Number between 1 and 12. Whoever puts that in the chat first will be the next person I read for. 3 is not it. 9 is not it. 7 is not it. 12 is not it. 4 is not it. Try again, y'all. 11. Chanel Singh. All right, everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback. So Chanel, do you have a specific question for me today? Or do you want a message from Spirit? How does Tejas feel about me? Okay. How does Tejas? Okay, here's the deal. I am going to look at that for you, Chanel. I'm also going to tell you that this could be outdated like 20 minutes from now. One little text message can change the whole thing. Or any number of other things. Feelings are very fluid. How does Tejas feel about Chanel? This is interesting. So, excellent. I'm glad to hear that, Desiree. All right, so we've got the World card showing up in reverse. This basically says it feels like you are close to ideal, not exactly ideal, but you're close to ideal. He feels like you're definitely an upgrade to what was happening before in his love life, whether that was you guys pre-fight or whether that was an ex. He does feel like you're an upgrade from before. And with the 8 of Pentacles, he feels like this is worth working on. Does that make sense for you? You're in different countries. Where are you watching from? Glad it makes sense. From South Africa. Well, I'm glad you're here. I love the internet. We can connect with people we could never dream of connecting with other than the internet. Isn't it fantastic? All right, guys, that's what I'm doing for today. If y'all want to book a private reading with me, you can see how to do that at my website, which is in the description below. I offer 1-question readings or 2-question readings. Those are recorded readings, and those cost $30 or $53, depending. And then if you want to have a live reading with me, I do offer those online or on the phone, whatever works better for you. 30 minutes for $100, 45 for 150, or 60 minutes for 200. All right, guys. Everyone have a fantastic day. Peace out.